What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Taitt Show. Today I'm joined with NACCP Image Award nominee, Major. He has 22 million hits on his latest video. His debut album did so well that even had Patti Labelle singing his songs at her shows. He has an incredible story of hope. I have been inspired by his work, and I hope you are too. Guys, check out this exclusive interview with artist Major. Major, how are you?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. What a wonderful opportunity to sit down and interview you. I know that you've been doing some amazing things throughout the years. It's been truly inspirational just to follow your journey and for the world to see you performing all over the world, putting out your debut record. And we here to support you 100%, and that's why we decided to have you on. I know that people are so familiar with your music as you continually are getting millions of views on your videos, but just tell me a little bit as to Major before you were really introduced to the world as a young boy and artist.
Well, firstly, I want to thank you all for taking this time to even give me a moment to dig into my world. Major is my real name. That's the name my mama gave me.
That's right.
I grew up in a household of 10 siblings, blended family. Yeah, my mom gave me the name Major because she just prayed that I made a major impact on the world. She didn't tell me until I was in college that was the case. So I had to go through childhood, you know, in grade school, dealing with every joke you can think of and you can use major in. But it just made me stronger. But when she told me in college, it kind of gave me more clarity on that which makes me me, you know.
Now, I heard at the age of 3 that you told your mother that you wanted to be a pastor and a gospel artist.
Yeah.
That's pretty young to have such dreams and aspirations.
Yeah, I told her an international superstar. I put those words together at 3. So imagine a 3-year-old trying to put those words together. Go ahead.
Was it you being in church that, you know,
Absolutely,
that created that idea of you wanting to be superstar gospel inspirational artist?
My invisible friend being Jesus himself, you know, like I always had a connection with the spiritual things. And I remember my uncle preaching and realizing the impact he had on people's lives when broken people would come into the church and leave feeling that there's a new beginning, there's a new opportunity for something greater. That was amazing to me. And I said, I want to be a person, a giver of that. They call me now the hope dealer. So, you know, that's what I'm dealing, is hope.
That's right. Being of one of 10 other siblings, was it hard trying to find your voice? Was it hard trying to be heard amongst so many, and then for people to believe that your dream could actually become real?
Well, as you can hear now, my voice booms. So I've never had a problem with being heard. Understood? Understood, maybe, you know, but being heard, not so much. Like, they always heard me. They started really hearing my heart the more and more life went on.
Your mom gave you the name Major. Many people name their children many things today: Apple, Princess, Highness. I've heard them all. But for you, what is Major for yourself?
My great-grandfather, his name was Major, and my grandmother said, could you name a Major after him? And but my mom connected it, as I shared a little bit earlier, to when she had me. It was a embarrassing time for her. It was out of wedlock. She was, you know, she was in college. She already had my brother out of wedlock. She was like, I can't go through the shame again. So she actually attempted to abort me twice. And each time on the way to the abortion clinic, the tire went flat. And the second time, 2 weeks later, in nearly the same spot, it busted. So she says, if I name him Major, it's clear that he has purpose to impact the world. I pray that he makes a major impact on the world.
And it seems as if everything happens in divine intervention, and there's, you know, when you see something really manifested, and to see, you know, so many years later, and, you know, God forbid to say that you were aborted, you would have never had the opportunity to produce such music that the world was awaiting for you to give. And you did that last year on your debut project, which had so many people going crazy. And as new artists that are continually coming out, it's so hard to get in front of people's faces and for them to also actually believe in the music or to buy the music. And you've done that so well. Tell me, what did you want listeners to walk away with from that record that was going to make them listen?
Hope. Hope. I wanted to give them something that much of the rest of the world isn't giving. because a lot of people have been through experiences that have dissolved hope. You know, but I think hope has its masterful way of lifting you outside of the current circumstance and placing you in a posture that only prepares you for the greater. And so that's what I knew that my call was. Every time I'm in a room, it's different when I'm there. It's never the same. Even in this moment, I'm confident enough to say that there's going to be stuff that is dropped in this moment that's going to go with you for a lifetime.
An amazing thing to have a record, for people to listen to it, for people to play it, for people to love it. But not only did you put out a record, but then after you put out that record, we all had an opportunity to see you truly hit the road.
Yeah.
Now you've taken, you know, what's in the studio, people bought it, people listened to it, but now it's now people saying, we're gonna actually go see him.
Yeah.
How is it connecting with those who have listened to you, followed you, and for you to connect with them one-to-one every night?
Okay, so anybody that knows me knows I'm a dreamer. And I'm a dreamer, not just a dreamer, but I'm a getter of those dreams. I think it's pointless to go imagining all of these things and not allowing yourself to experience a manifestation. Most people stop short of the finish. I can't do that because I want to see everything that I hoped for. And so now being on these stages, which was a dream of mine. I have a song that says, I see my future and I don't think it's telling me wrong. And I see it. I'm seeing it now. I saw it before, but now I'm in it.
Why I Love You has done so well. 22 million hits on YouTube. It's been declared the wedding song for the generation.
Yeah.
Tell me, how does it feel to have a song that you put out and for so many lovers all over the world to play it at their weddings?
You know what's so cool is you saying so many lovers. We don't realize that we're lovers whether we have company of another or it's just us. Our very makeup is the expression of the greatest love. And so the song speaks to that. It speaks to the relational aspect from me to you, from me to my loved one, me to my brother, me to my mother, me to my child, me to myself. Self-love is just as essential as loving someone else because in all my giving, I can't neglect myself.
That's right.
You know, so it's amazing how this song has become the soundtrack to so many of these experiences, weddings all over. I'm tagged in hundreds of weddings and covers and kids singing it and grown folks singing it, and it's white and black all overseas. It's amazing, and we're independent.
When so many people dream, and I know so many people want to be actors, dancers, singers, models, we dream to a certain level, and then you come to a point of reality where you're like, this is really hard work. This is a lot of, you know, let's get out of the superficial. Let's get out of, oh, me on the Grammys in 5 years from now. But it's like,
I will be though, but go ahead.
it is I hear that you got to speak it into fruition, but it is a daily grind. How do you balance the daily grind versus, let's say, where you want to be?
If you want a win, you have to keep going to get to the finish line. Stopping dismantles the possibility. It interrupts the possibility. You have to keep on.
That's right.
You have to keep on. Most people start so short of the finish. Sometimes the finish line, though in our view, because we think we know what the end is going to be, it's supposed to look a certain way, so it's further away. But oftentimes the finish line, which is nothing but a new starting point, because that's what my reality has been, but it's closer than what it appears. And so I'm like, let me give the soundtrack to that go-getter, to amp up the inner go-getter so that they don't stop short of the finish, because all of us in this space deserve the win.
That's right.
And there's enough trophies for all of us. There's enough.
And you are continually winning, as we said. So much love on your record. You have gotten 22 million views on your music video. Not only that, but you have the legendary, the iconic Miss Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle.
Singing your song at her show. Was that I don't even know the word.
Surreal.
Was that surreal?
Yeah, surreal. Absolutely surreal to get a call. My publicist at the time, Keita Williams, was like, Patti LaBelle wants to talk to you. I'm like, Patti LaBelle want to talk to me. She said, Patti LaBelle want to talk to you. I'm on my way to church. I'm with my manager, Jason, and in fact, Patti LaBelle gets on the phone with me, and she tells me how much she loves the song, and you know how she uses it to warm up her voice. She wants me to write one for her, and then but she's on tour. It's one thing to say it, but it's another to show it. Lettucey just told me that because she invited me. I'm doing the Kirk and Lettucey.
I saw that you're on the road with them.
But she was saying it's better to show you than to tell you. But to see Patti LaBelle get on these stages and then introduce the song as this is Major's song. Right. If you don't know him, you will know him. So her fans tagging me and stuff.
And they fell in love with the song.
It's amazing. Stevie Wonder called it the wedding song of the year. I swear he must have made some type of negotiation with heaven. My stepdad said before he passed that my career was about to take off and that I would bless the hands of everyone that had a part in helping to make it happen. And it's crazy because literally moments after he passed, Why I Love You was birthed, and then all this stuff just started happening. And his last 4 words were, "We gonna be all right." And that's what it's been. We've been all right.
How does it feel to just see the fruits of your labor? After all this time, Berkeley, Juilliard, growing up in church, 3 years old, underneath the pulpit, you know, being faithful.
Right.
And now, so many years later, it's all coming together.
It's me looking in the mirror and saying, I told you so. I told you so. It's me looking at the people that believed and I say, thank you. It was worth it.
That's right.
And the people that didn't, not saying, I proved you wrong, but I proved me right. And if you believe in right timing and you stay ready and keep it excellent, you're gonna have this as your outcome.
And throughout this entire process, what does God mean to you?
You clearly everything. He's my everything. I'm the expression of who he is. He's my everything. You're the expression of who he is.
That's right.
And your distinction and my distinction and everyone in this room's distinction, we're the very expression. That's beauty. Everything. If it ain't God,
it ain't nothing.
It ain't worth it.
Major, once again, I just want to thank you so much for coming down, for just sharing a little glimpse of your story with the hope and with the intent of inspiring someone. We will continue to follow you. We are so proud of you. You've inspired me. If you didn't inspire me, I wouldn't ask you to come up here. But it means so much to me. It means so much to the team here. Keep on doing what you do. Continue to be a light in a dark place because that's literally all we have at the end of the day. And we'll continue to support you to the finish line.
Absolutely, King.
Thank you.
Much love to you.
Well, that's all for the Phil Taitt Show. Once again, I want to thank Major for coming down here to share his incredible story. I hope you too were inspired, just as I was, because trust me, in this dark place with so much going on, every time we turn on the news, it's something bad to listen to. But when we hear stories of people who have dreamed, who are trying to change the world, it makes that world that much of a better place. That's all for the Phil Taitt Show, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.